Oi, Bonita. Welcome back to the Be Bonita Podcast. I am your host, Viviane, and today we have Dr. K again. Yay!
Hi, everybody.
Listen, our last episode, it was hot. Everybody was like, wait a minute. I love the segment.
Yes.
So today we're going to be talking about stress. We're going to talk about adrenal glands. We're talking about menopause. We're going to talk about anything that the energy is flowing right here, right now. Right?
Yes,
So if anyone start listening or watching this video, and they want to know you quickly, who is Dr. K and what is Infinite Wellness?
Oh, I love that question. Who is Dr. K? In a quick rundown.
Yes.
She is a first-generation Canadian. I have Caribbean heritage. I love being an auntie. I love my hot girl walks.
Mm-hmm.
But more than anything, I am so passionate about women's health. I think women often get the short end of the stick when it comes to health. And so I am going to be your biggest health and wellness cheerleader when it comes to you feeling good more days than not.
And I have to testify this because I am also her patient. I tell my clients about the experience that I had with you. I have a doctor, but the difference is you went in and you read the labs and you're like, Viv, it's nothing to deal with the hormones.
Yeah.
It has to deal with your digestive health.
Yes. Yeah. I take the approach of who is in front of me, and then when I say I dig into these labs, it is line by line. What does this person do for a living? What's their day-to-day look like? How do these things connect to this? How does it connect to this? Looking at you as a whole person versus saying, oh, you're normal, so you're fine, even though you feel like crap. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what made you decide and get into a more holistic approach?
I had a really bad panic attack. I thought I was having a stroke because I actually lost feeling on my left side and my speech was slurred. So you actually could visually see my mouth that was tilted. And because my grandmother had passed of a stroke, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm 21, 22. This can't be happening to me. So I did the conventional medical thing. I did the birth control. I did the anti-anxiety medication. I did the antidepressant, and I was not getting any better. And I just kept thinking to myself, this cannot be the rest of my life. I also have a niece who I'm like taking care of most of the time, and I cannot feel crappy if I have her, but also I'm not going to be a good role model for her. So after a friend told me about naturopathic medicine, I explored it, and that was it. It made sense. It's when you go to the doctor should look at you, not put you in a box and say, oh, boom, you're this, take this. Oh, boom, it's giving you that individualized care. And it was that for me. I was like, oh, say no more. After I started to get better, I'm like, let me just change it up. Let's go back to graduate school. Let's study this and let's do this because this is what more people need to know of, but actually know that it even exists as well. You have options when it comes to your health, and I think that is one of the biggest things and reasons why I fell in love with naturopathic medicine is because it gives you options. Whereas conventional medicine, it has a time and a place, but it's going to be take this prescription pill and then the doctor's going to be like, eat less and move more.
And come back in 6 weeks.
And come back in 6 weeks so we can revisit. Oh, you didn't move your body more. Oh, get on a gym. And again, there's nothing wrong with these medications, but it's like when I'm working with a patient, what does your day-to-day look like? What are you eating? What time do you eat? How much water are you drinking? What does alcohol look like? Like we get into the nitty-gritty. And that, I think, is why people get better. They're being educated on their body, and they get that customized kind of one-on-one care.
Priceless.
Yeah.
So if the labs are normal, but I feel awful.
Yeah.
So what's going on?
We haven't assessed you correctly. And I think Lupita Nyong'o recently made a post where she just said, I think in the early 90s, up until the early 90s, women were not included in medical studies to determine dosing and lab ranges. That was not too long ago, right? So we have to remember that these lab ranges are very much outdated. They don't take into consideration your gender. They don't take into consideration your race, your ethnicity, your history, your genetics. They don't. They just say, this is the range, and if you fall within that range, you're fine. There's nothing else that we can do. when someone comes in and says, I feel like crap and my labs are quote unquote normal, we haven't looked at you as that properly. How do we compare a man's iron and ferritin levels to a woman's iron levels? Iron is the most common nutrient depletion in women, but we're not looking at it. Women are having menstrual cycles. We have fibroids that can cause it to be heavier, so now you have heavier blood loss, and we're just saying, oh, you're okay, you're fine. Right. Oh, come on. Right. Yeah. So if you are feeling like crap and you have been told that your labs are normal, that's where you need to do some more digging. And we don't stop with that.
And that's why I'm like, listen, you need to see my doctor, Dr. K. And I send my clients to Instagram.
No, you're so sweet. We appreciate
to find you. Even you do a lot of a great job in educating, women for free.
For free.
On your page.
For free.
Yeah.
I tried to filter out all the noise that's being pushed on social media right now. And again, I think social media is a great place, but we have to be careful with some of the things that people are saying. Mm-hmm. And so I try to just give it to you straight. Right? If you have a menstrual cycle and you are bleeding, even if it's not quote unquote heavy, you should still be getting iron and ferritin checked. Because what does low iron look like? Brain fog, dizziness, shortness of breath, fatigue, hair loss. Mm-hmm. And all we have to do is eat some extra steak or get on an iron supplement. Mm-hmm. And if you have been told in the past that you have anemia, but we're not following up with it, again, that's a disservice that we're doing to patients. I think it's so unfair that we say, well, oh, you're anemic. If you want, you can take iron. A patient told me that. If you want, you can take iron. But you should be fine if you want. This is one of the most simplest, cheapest supplements, nutrients, but can make such a profound change in how you feel. Mm-hmm. Because what happens when you start to get now shortness of breath? Now you get anxiety. You're like, oh my gosh, my heart, what's wrong with me?
I'm having a stroke.
I'm having a stroke? Yeah. All it is we need to get some more iron in you, girlfriend. It literally can be that simple.
And especially if you're already bleeding.
Especially if you're already bleeding. Yeah. And when I hear some women that'll tell me like they're having to change feminine napkins every hour and the doctor says they're fine, and I'm like, you're hemorrhaging every single month. Mm-hmm. What do you mean you're okay? Those are the things that, this is why I advocate for women's health. Because for women to be told she's bleeding heavily every single month, her iron is low, her ferritin is low, her red blood cell count is low. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. And we'd leave it right there. Versus, well, let's get an ultrasound. Let's see what's going on. What do we need to do? Are you having issues with clotting? Like, let's do a deeper dive. But we don't. We fail women every single day when it comes to healthcare. Mm-hmm. And we fail women even more so of color every single day because it's, you're strong. She's strong. She can take it.
Oh, no, yeah. Do you want to, I went to a doctor. She was like, do you want me to prescribe antidepressant? Yeah. I'm like, wait, what? I'm asking you to refer a gynecologist. Yeah. Because at that time I was already like thinking I might be perimenopausal. Mm-hmm. I was 44 actually. And I was already kind of reading some things. I was like, can you refer me to a gynecologist because I'm feeling these things? Mm-hmm. You're too young. So from, I'd say, 2017 to now, menopause is trending. So we have more information, right? So, but just to see that the Western approach to when it comes to health is very generalized. Yes. I worked with a dermatologist, and that's when I'm really like, we work well together. Mm-hmm. The approach, especially coming from another culture, for me was like, yeah, they are a pool of patients. If she saw a day 20, I would say a good 11 patients just didn't know how to take care of their skin. Yeah. And they walked out with prescription medication. Still not knowing, right? So when they came to me, I'll be like, step 1, cleanse properly. Step 2, do this. Step 3, da-da-da-da-da. Yes. But not knowing, the simplest thing is to don't have the time to even ask those questions. Mm-hmm. So what's going on? What tell me about your lifestyle. And I get it, because I have clients that I have to control the conversation. And for them to make money, they also work around the clock.
Yes.
Because they have to work with insurance and all of that stuff.
Yes.
So your approach, like your practice, just kind of share a little bit about Infinity Wellness.
So everything is customized. Everything is tailored to the person that we're working with. I always say I don't do cookie cutter, or like, now that AI is trending, like, you're not going to find me going into AI and creating a care plan for you, because that's a whole nother can of worms. So everything that you get here is going to be customized, tailored to you, and the goal is to get you to maintenance. Maintenance, I always tell people, is when you feel great most days than not. So if someone comes to me and they can only say 2-3 days out of the month they feel good, then our goal is to get you up to 14 days out of the month, and then 21 days, and then we get you at maintenance and keep you there. And so our approach is, we do this through nutrition and diet interventions. We talk about supplements and herbs, and I will refer out to other providers too, right? When it's not if it's not within my scope. For a lot of my perimenopausal patients, I'm always like, pelvic floor therapy. Let's maybe talk about visiting that. You might need that in the future. Who you're speaking to? You have a lot of heavy stuff going on. Therapy, pastor, if that's your ministry, like whatever that looks like. So care plans will be inclusive of all of those. If you're at the gym, what does your exercise look like? What does your heart rate get up to? How are you feeling yourself? So very much going to be multiple ways in which we attack the health issues and health concerns that you do have. But again, keeping in mind, what's your lifestyle like? What's your day-to-day like? Because I also don't want to create a plan that's so overwhelming that you don't execute, because then you're not going to feel better. And then you just, you still feel like crap afterwards. So that's, biggest thing is customization. Let's get to the root cause. And then let's just work together. That's just what that's what it looks like here.
More like a partnership.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. That's how I felt with you. So if a woman is going through perimenopause and she feels like a mess, what are the top 3 systems that you check first?
Ooh, great question. Going through perimenopause, I always want to look at your adrenals. Simply because your adrenals will still make a little bit of estrogen and progesterone, even after your ovaries decide to retire. Thyroid is going to be key too. Thyroid controls the speed at which your cells function. So, if you don't have enough thyroid hormone, you're going to feel sluggish. And, sluggishness can overlap with perimenopause symptoms. So you want to make sure you have a heavy thyroid. And then I would actually still look into what is your egg health and reserve like, because it can give you a bit of a predictor as to, like, okay, do I still have another 2 years of having a cycle? And then you can start to put things into a plan so that you can get those other organs happy and those other systems happy, so that when the transition comes, it's not this huge, oh my gosh, out of body experience that so many women report of, like, I woke up and I don't know this body, I don't recognize it. Yeah.
When I started working with you, that's where I was.
Yeah.
And I already have, my gynecologist had prescribed some like a combo medication, which it worked.
Good.
Still had hot flashes, still the fogginess were there. And she told me, like, listen, this is not going to manage the hot flashes, but this is going to kind of ground you a bit. And then when you ask me for the labs, you're like, Viv, like, you take all these supplements, you do all of these things, and I understand the stress levels being an entrepreneur, because you're one. And that really made me feel comfortable, and I was able to connect with you, because at times you work with professionals, they don't understand your lifestyle, and for the fact that you create a plan, an intentional plan, in already having me like, okay, I understand Viv, so here are the things that I know you can accomplish because I'm being very flexible with you. Yeah. And you don't find that anywhere. Not everywhere.
Not everywhere.
Yeah.
We're starting to see a little bit more of it, but I always
It's 1 o'clock.
In someone else's shoes. So again, if I know that you are a busy 40, 50, 60 hour entrepreneur, CEO, CFO, whatever that is, I need to put things in place that are going to easily blend into your day-to-day.
And you can maintain.
That you can maintain.
Yeah.
And you do that with your skincare protocols too. We're not doing 29,000 things because that's already overwhelmed. And so many of us are depleted. So many of us are just so burnt out, checked out. There's just so much happening. So I think it's unfair. Again, this is my view as a practitioner. I think it's unfair to give a patient a care plan that has all these things knowing their bucket is empty. We can build to that, but if someone's coming to me with their engine light on and their check engine light is on, they're flat, babe, the only thing I want you to focus on really is getting good quality rest and fueling your body. That is going to be like you. And people are like, I want to do more. You have nothing, there's no more for you to do. You can't. You're literally, your labs and your body's telling you can't do more. And sometimes you have to do less for a period of time, and then we build.
And the challenge is that you become so accustomed to function on that empty tank, right? Until you get down sick.
Yeah. We have it so reversed in this part of the world. Other countries prioritize rest. They prioritize holidays, right? The British, we're on a holiday. Like everyone, they get like 2 to 3 weeks off. That's mandatory to holiday. In the Caribbean, why do you think everything happens at a slow pace? Because it's a slow pace. We're not stressing ourselves.
Brazil's 30 days vacation, paid.
You see what I'm saying? And here, you gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. And that is that hustle culture mentality. Go, go, go. Grind it out. That is not helping many of us, especially women, because of the way in which our hormones ebb and flow throughout the course of the month. Men, their levels are like this the entire month. Women, it's this goes high, then this goes high, then that goes, and then that flatlines. It is literally an orchestra. It's a symphony of the way our hormones fluctuate. And so when we are constantly just going, it's really not setting us up to feel great at all. Don't get me started on maternity and postpartum care. It's crap here.
Oh my gosh.
Because in Asia, you go to a hotel. They're sending moms to hotels afterwards, after they give birth, to recover.
My sister lives in Italy. When she found out she was pregnant, the next month, she got paid 80% of her paycheck, and she didn't have to work. 9 months.
In Toronto, you can take up to 18 months paid maternity or paternity leave, and you will get up to 80%, and then from the government, and then I believe your job can top you up. Could you imagine? Here in this country, I have patients that go back to work after 6 weeks. What?
Girl, I dropped my son off 6 weeks later.
Wild.
Yeah. I dropped my son off to the daycare.
Some people are like, how did I get in this position? We have to go back and look at your timeline.
Yeah.
Because you've been hustling nonstop, because you had a baby you didn't recover, because you've been anemic, because you had the loss of a loved one, because we lived through a pandemic that no one wants to acknowledge or recognize. And we're going to go back to normal. We have not gone back to normal, and we're never going to. There was a record-breaking number of antidepressant prescriptions, anti-anxiety medications filled during the pandemic, primarily in our teenagers. What? If our teenagers are already feeling it, could you imagine the adults? Oh, COVID, let's go back to normal. But there was never any normal.
Yeah.
COVID, and people, when you don't acknowledge that, I think that's doing a big disservice. People are like, oh, COVID didn't affect me much, I still had to work. COVID was huge. The world shut down.
The fear. That alone.
Yeah.
Lower your immune system.
Of course, yes.
Like.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of like, again, one of the questions I love to ask is like, tell me the last few stressors you've lived through or had to experience. Have you lost a loved one? Have you signed a new mortgage? There used to be this survey that doctors would give, and if you scored, I think like circled more than 10, it would indicate that within the next 10 to 15 years you're gonna have a heart attack. And some of the questions on there was like, have you recently made a large purchase? Have you recently signed a mortgage? Have you recently had a new child, gone on vacation? And they literally just talk about things that we normalize as regular that are actually major stressors and indicators of cardiovascular health.
Powerful.
And people would like fill this survey out and be like, oh, look at all these great things that I've accomplished. And the doctor would be like, you actually are at risk for heart attack in the next 5 to 7 years. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So again, one of the things that people get when they work with me is I get in your business. I get nosy. I want to know. But I want to know because it's going to help me with directing your care.
Mm-hmm.
If I know that you went through the past 2 years of IVF treatments and recurring miscarriages, oh, I already know.
Oh my gosh.
Loss after loss. Your body's stressed. Your body's depleted. You have so many hormones. You're not going to feel like yourself. Plus just the mental load of carrying that.
How long do you think it would take for a woman like that to really get back to normal?
Realistically?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, a couple years. A couple of years. IVF is not easy. And again, you have to go through a year of having tried before they will even take you in. So could you imagine going a year of not getting pregnant, negative tests, or recurring miscarriages and losses?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, I have a couple clients.
That is terrible.
Yeah.
And then the IVF journey and an IUI journey in and of itself, aside from being financially stressful, I had a patient tell me the other day they've already met their deductible of $40K and the year just started.
Starting it. No guarantee.
No guarantee.
Mm-hmm.
So could you imagine you're trying to conceive, you're trying to be stress-free, but all you have is this dollar sign. Every time you go to an appointment, you're getting billed again, and there's no guarantee.
And you feeling like a failure as a woman.
You feel like a failure as a woman. That part.
Yeah.
So there's that mental, emotional.
Then it shut down the body.
Then it shuts down the body. Then your body says, oh, you don't feel safe right now? We're not going to ovulate. Oh, you don't feel safe right now? We can't carry this baby to term. We're not even going to help you build a lining for egg to implant.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly, if I could revamp fertility in this country, you would get a guaranteed counselor and therapist from day one to talk to you about all that you're going to go through. And then your partner has to do the counseling with you. Because he is gonna, if it's he or she or whatever, they're gonna have to support you as you're going through this, and they're not gonna maybe fully understand. But you're right. There's a shame that gets carried. So again, I just feel like we need to just revamp women's healthcare. But I think of all those things, that's a stressor.
Yeah.
That is not gonna set you up then for perimenopause, and then now your thyroid is tanked, and now you have low energy, and then you're just saying, oh, it's just a fertility medication. Yeah. Doctor said it's just a fertility medication.
Yeah. Or just simply antidepressants.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
Girl. Next. Your signature lenses. You have a certain term. OAT axis. Let's talk about it.
Oh, my mentor is the one who put me onto this. So OAT, ovarian, adrenals, thyroid axis. So think of like a triangle, and at every single point, it's one of your main organs. Those are organs. They all, especially women, have a very strong relationship. So if any one of those areas are compromised, hypothyroidism, low cortisol, painful periods, estrogen dominant, the other two have to either pick up the slack or they're going to end up being depleted just as much. So during perimenopause, your ovaries are the ones that are the main organ because estrogen is declining. So now it's on your adrenals and your thyroid to pick up the slack and take in place and do all the things that estrogen and progesterone would do. When we go through, again, periods of stress, think about COVID, when we're all stressed, are we going to get paid? What's going to happen? Is the world going to open? Do we go to the grocery store? Your adrenals took the very brunt of it. So then your thyroid's like, I'm trying to keep up. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what to do. Do we go slow down, speed up? Do we not do anything at all? A lot of women during that time had menstrual cycle irregularities. Either had skipped cycles, no cycles at all, heavier cycles because of that stress piece. So I always say, if you can focus, if you're always like, first of all, again, social media, there's so much information. But if you're like, where do I start on my hormone journey? Start with your OAT axis, because once you start getting those into balance, things start to fall into play. Cortisol is related to insulin. Better insulin helps with weight, helps with energy, helps with just long-term cardiometabolic health. Thyroid is every single cell in your body is dependent on it. So if you're like, where do I start? What is it? Start there. Start with your OAT. Take a look at cortisol. Take a look at thyroid. Take a look at estrogen and progesterone. And you can get these things tested yearly. My niece just was 16, 17. I now have her getting her labs tested so she can start building her own report and seeing how her levels change year after year, so we can monitor, so we can support her. So that way she knows when she's 28 and 30, oh, my levels were this, or this is my history. She has an idea of where she stands.
Yeah.
So access, make it your friend. We have over 60 hormones, but if you can really hone in, I would focus there, because as women, those are the ones that are going to give us most bang for our buck, help us feel great more days than not, and also, quite honestly, are some of the easier hormones to target and adjust versus some of the other ones in our bodies. Yeah.
Damn. Brilliant.
And thyroid too, that should be a part of everyone's yearly. And not just TSH, it's free T4 and free T3. Take a look at least those three.
So if a woman, let's say Beth goes to her primary and they're like, hey, I would like to run a labs to check, the average exams. What is one thing like this specific that you would ask her to also add to the blood, panel?
So some doctors are really cool where you can go in and give them a list. But some doctors, if you don't say the right symptoms in your session, then they can't technically code for it, and then insurance will not cover it. So if you're experiencing fatigue, first off, get your family history. So if you know someone in your family has a thyroid issue, always bring that up into, that way they can code for that. But be like, I'm so tired, I'm sleeping 8 hours and I don't feel rested. You can say things like, my cycles are really heavy. You can say, I've been craving sugars and sweets more, even though I've been working with a nutritionist. If you start to say those things, and then you're like, oh, we can run this, oh, we can run that, oh, we can take a look at this. And if you still get pushback, there's a lot of companies nowadays that you can go online and self-order your labs, but then you
$400.
Not function health tests, not those ones. That's a scam. That's a whole nother soapbox. But you can test thyroid, is like $9. You can get estrogen tested. I think it's like $12 or $15. So there are companies, but then you just need someone to read it and interpret it and help you. So there's always that option. I could absolutely read your labs for you. Absolutely. So I would say start off by getting family history. Go into your doctors and be like, hey, my family history is this. Do you think we can take a look at some of these markers? And then I'm also experiencing X, Y, and Z symptoms. Do you think we could look at this as well? Because again, they can code for symptoms. They can't just code, she wants to get her hormones tested because. So there's a big difference.
Okay, the language is very important.
The language. You can code for fatigue. You can code for hair loss. You can code for numbness and tingling, night sweats. You can code for that. But you can't code for, I want to get my hormones tested because that's not a code.
I was on TikTok.
You will end up with a big insurance bill that will not be covered. So it's the language that matters. Yeah.
Good. See, I just love talking to you. And you ladies are getting just a little taste of, of talking to this woman. She's so wise. So when it comes to stress and ovaries, right? What is the relationship there?
When you get stressed, so first of all, your ovaries make two main hormones, estrogen, progesterone. I always say think of them yin and yang, right? So estrogen balances progesterone balances estrogen. We need both. Sometimes progesterone is almost exclusively thought of as just for pregnancy. But progesterone is calming, makes you feel a little sexy, actually.
Oh, sure, I need some of that.
How's the libido? How's the libido? So we need both. So when we get really stressed, what ends up happening is your body says, we have to get this person through this stressful moment. All hands on deck. So it says, oh, ovaries, I see you have some progesterone over there. We're going to take you and convert you to cortisol. No, we don't preserve. We convert to cortisol.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, shoot. So if you've ever been someone who's been under a lot of stress and you start to notice cycle changes, more irritability, it's a lot deeper. It's because your body said, we need all hands on deck. So, hey, you don't need that progesterone. You're coming over here. We're going to make you into cortisol. Progesterone can become cortisol. Estrogen cannot. So then when we're stressed, estrogen either will increase because you don't have progesterone to balance it, or it stays the same and progesterone gets low because it's being converted into cortisol. So when we are stressed, progesterone gets depleted quickest, fastest, and it's going to have intense side effects. Sleep disturbances, insomnia, mood. So low libido. You're not going to be feeling sexy.
Girl.
You're not.
I need to talk to you after the podcast. She's going to prescribe some of progesterone because low libido over
it's
here.
our best friend.
Yes.
And progesterone, they've shown, is even declining in women as young as 26 and 27.
Which is also not only that's also the sexual energy, right?
Correct.
So productivity has a lot to do with that as well.
You got it. Yeah.
Creativity, not productivity.
I know you mean it.
But let me just make it clear. Creativity when it comes to, women, because we are creators.
Yes.
If someone can only do 3 things this week to support their nervous system, what are they?
Get to bed. Put that phone down. And again, I'm going to call myself out on this, but put that phone down, stop that doom scrolling, and get to bed.
But what about if it's not only going to bed?
Correct.
Is to how one shuts the brain off to be able to even fall asleep.
I'm a huge fan of recommending self-hygiene routines in the evening. So again, this is where we have it a little backwards in Western society. People are working until 9, 10 o'clock at night. Again, hello, hi, that would be me some nights.
Me too.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurs.
Yeah, entrepreneurs. Yeah. So I always say, can you create a mood in your home, in your space, that tells your body, oh, we're starting to wind down. So can you change the lighting? Can you maybe do a red light bulb? Softer music? Could you dim your phone or your computer screen? Topical magnesium on your feet starts to send a signal, oh, it's time to, she's okay. Magnesium, she's relaxing now. Right? Can you get to your last meal 2 hours before you go to bed? Can you sip on some, wind down tea, tart cherry juice?
Can you do your skincare?
Can you do your skincare?
Yes.
Yeah. So can you start doing things that are a lot less taxing, turning the brain off slowly? Because a lot of us are going to keep going. If you have parents, did I hear a noise? Did I pack the lunch? Right? Can you start to just wind it down? So what are the things? Can listen to an audiobook, a podcast, Be Bonita, right? Like, what can you do to create that environment? It's not going to happen overnight, especially if you're a night owl or that's just your vibe. But can you start doing things to set yourself up so that your body knows at 8:30, 9 o'clock, we're going to be shutting down for the next 2 hours. Yeah. Then you can get into bed. Yeah.
For me, and I brought that up because for me it's easier because that's how a hot shower with essential oils. It's like, okay, I'm home.
Yes.
I do that every day at night when I get home, right?
Beautiful.
Then I burn incense, or I have a candle.
Yes.
And then the lights are down, off, or whatever.
Correct.
My husband loves to watch shows, and that is our bonding time.
Yeah.
But 15 minutes into the show, I'm already falling asleep because I'm exhausted, right? But even just cuddling with him,
of course, yes,
it calms me down and I fall asleep.
Dopamine, yes,
right? But for the single ladies, they are taking work home, and they have and I've been there, laptop next to them.
Oh, that's me, single lady right here. Yeah, that would be me. She's referring to me here. Yeah. Yes.
Still the same.
Yeah.
Or even actually creating a habit. You got to participate in your health, and I tell my clients, right?
Yeah.
I know this is too much for you, okay? But as you do these steps, they become second nature. Yeah. But you have to participate.
You do.
I am the only 20% of your 100% commitment.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. You come and you get the treatment, and I'm going to make you feel confident and sexy, and you're going to relax. But how are you going to support your skin health on an everyday basis is the 80%. So is in your hands, right?
Oh, that's great. I like that one.
Yeah. Just like patients coming to you.
This is true.
You do all this work, but they're not taking the supplements.
Correct.
Not even eating half of that list that you gave.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So it's a habit, and again, because we're so programmed to be, wired, right? It's going to take some time to build a new habit.
That's the thing that I think we need to get back to, is realizing it's going to take time. You didn't start feeling crappy overnight. Your body was sending you signals years ago, sweetie pie. We just decided to push through and ignore them. So it's going to take some time for you to get back to that place. And I think being very realistic with yourself is key. So yes, I'm a huge advocate of sleep, which is why, again, I ask you, what does that nighttime wind down routine look like? How can we build? We have to build that habit. What does it look like? And I will say, again, as a single girly, I no longer keep the computer in the room. My bedroom is for sleeping, resting, and winding down. We don't do any work in that room.
Repeat that again.
We do not do any work in the bedroom. The bedroom is for sleeping. That is what the bedroom is for. And sex, because that releases good endorphins.
Yes.
And it helps with your cardiovascular.
Hey, and your creativity.
So if you're lucky to be getting it, love that for you. Again, single lady here. So
hey.
But yes.
Vibrators.
Yeah, listen. Again, the bedroom that's the work that we're putting in. But we're not beep bop boop. No, we're not doing that. And I think for me that's been huge. Just creating that separation. Like this is what we're doing. Okay, I get, and then your body starts to know, oh, we're not doing any work in here.
And that is why I ask you to repeat, because I think we complicate things.
Yes.
Just the simple fact, like when I started dating my husband, he had TV in his room, when he was living in his apartment. And then we, bought a house and all. We have the TV there, but I said, we are not watching TV in the bedroom, ever. And he was like, okay. But that was the main reason why, because I wanted to create, the bedroom just being the sanctuary, like restful place. TV, we already wake up with the news.
Yes.
And we go sleep listening to the news or commercials of medications.
Yeah. And I mean, what is exciting
on the news? And you're falling
asleep. Yeah, what's exciting on the news nowadays? Absolutely nothing. It's scary.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't need to stress my system out anymore by going to sleep, listening to the news, and waking up to it.
And not only that messaging is still running your mind.
Correct.
Within your consciousness. And then now you wake up scared.
Yeah.
Afraid.
Nervous system's already on 10.
Already.
Your nervous system's like, that's how you wake up.
Yeah.
Instead of like, no, you're waking up like this, tense and tight. Fight or flight mode already. And the day hasn't even started. You haven't even stepped out of bed and you're already. So I would say sleep is probably one of the things, biggest bang for your buck. But I think because it's not glamorous and sexy, people don't want to do it. We all want to do the fun, glamorous things. Or we want to do the gua sha, the red light masks and all those things. Right? That's what's glamorous.
Girl.
But in my head, I'm like, just get your butt in the bed and sleep.
Do the skincare first.
Do the skincare first.
Hopefully you're brushing your teeth.
Okay.
Because
please.
Listen.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yes.
I tell my clients, like, listen, if you're not doing your skincare at night, you're not brushing your teeth.
That part. So we've already started your nighttime routine for you.
Right there.
You're gonna brush your teeth, skincare. You're gonna dim the lights and get in the bed. We've already, boom. You just gotta execute now. But for sure, sleep. Everything all the magic happens when you sleep. The healing, the cell turnover, the inflammation markers come down, cortisol resets, thyroid resets.
The best anti-aging cream.
The best, okay? You want to go to Sephora and buy a $100 anti-aging cream. Get in the bed.
Yeah. I tell my clients, listen, the reason why we have a day routine and a nightly routine is because the body needs protection during the day and rejuvenation at night. Reparation, re-energizing the cells. Yes. Like, all of this makes sense. But if you don't create the environment where you are actually supporting the natural healing potential within the body, then it doesn't matter if you buy $500 LED mask, or even a gua sha that comes from freaking Taiwan, right? Because again, we're just lazy. We're buying things to.
Oh, she said it right there.
Listen, as much as we are in this industry of wellness, we are also women that loves colorful, shiny objects.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But here's the thing. We already know, like, girl, Bonita, we already know this is not going to give you that, that feeling like you got your shit together.
Mm-hmm.
It's adding more to the stress that you're sitting on it. Like you were saying to me before we start this recording, I'm going to put you on the spot. And I noticed that she has kind of lost some pounds. And she's like, girl, I just became my patient.
Yeah.
I just share with them what you're doing.
Yeah. I'm sleeping more, and I've tightened up on my nutrition. So instead of eating donuts every day, because we were going down a slippery slope at one point.
But why are you eating the donuts?
Because I was stressed. Because there's no action in the bed. No. Because I was stressed. Yeah. Super stressed. Yeah. And the quickest thing,
sugar.
Instead of me thinking of making a proper meal that my body would actually do better with, I'm like, let me just go to Giant and get 4 donuts. Let me just go and get some Twix and M&Ms. That's all I've done. That's it. Sleep, I'm drinking my water, and I've just stopped eating all the donuts.
Mm-hmm.
That's
sugar.
it. That's it.
Refined sugar.
Refined sugar. Because that's all that does is pro-age you. It's inflammatory.
Yeah.
So I'm like, undoing the things. Yeah. So.
You look great.
Thank you.
Yeah. You look great before, but you look.
No, but I feel the difference now.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not.
More energized.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, I still want to be that role model for my niece. So now she sees Auntie posting on Instagram the gym, and she sees Auntie, right? I still want to be able to show up for my nieces. So I always have that in the back of my mind as well with everything that I'm doing. Also, if I'm in this industry, I probably should look like I take some of my own advice.
Yeah.
There's that part. But really and truly, better sleep. I get to show up better for people. I get to show up better for the business. I feel great. It's like a win all the way around. Nothing happened positive from it. I've never heard that before. I've never heard somebody say, oh, I ate healthy and nothing positive came from it.
Or, I went to the gym and I regret it.
Yeah.
That's the best one.
That's never going to be that's never going to be a thing that you hear in a full sentence.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank you. Summer 2026, we're going to be in these streets now.
What, in the streets? And all the summer festivals, okay, showing
protecting our skin.
Yes.
SPF.
Yeah, this deep, beautiful complexion.
Words are powerful.
Yes. So let's talk about skin.
Yes.
Let's connect hormones with the skin.
Of course. Yeah.
So when someone comes to you and they are full of acne, like cystic acne, dryness, that dullness to the skin, what is the system that is connected to that?
Gut and liver are the first things that I think of. And I know we're creatures of habit, but when I tell people we're going to have to make some diet changes, sometimes people look at me with sheer terror in their eyes. But then I'll say to them, like, because what's going on in here is manifesting on your skin now. So if this is not looking the way that you want, it's because something in here is not cute. So that is liver and gut is the things that I think of immediately. Also because too, we have to remember your liver breaks down hormones and then they move from liver to your gut to be processed to be eliminated. So everything is connected. So you have to take a look at liver and gut health. And that usually is going to be a combination of like diet changes, like I said. Like
what? Give me. Let's be practical. Give me a visual.
Yeah.
If I come in to you and I have all the cystic acne, dryness peeling off, I look at
Yeah. Sugar. And I never like to do big restrictive diets, but I'm going to be like, how do you start your day? If you're someone who drinks coffee, but it's more like a milkshake, let's just start by getting rid of some easy easy wins. How about you stop drinking a milkshake that's hot every morning and costs you $12 at Starbucks, and let's just swap it. And if you say to me, I can't drink coffee without all sweetener, then you don't really like the coffee. You want the sweet. And that's a whole nother issue that we have to go look at insulin and cortisol.
Mm-hmm.
So I just start by like, run me through your day. Do you even eat vegetables? And French fries are not a vegetable, because I get asked that all the time. I'm sorry, Chick-fil-A French fries, they're not a vegetable.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be surprised. We have adults that do think that potatoes are a veggie.
Listen.
They're not. Sweet starch.
What about sweet potatoes?
Love them.
Yeah.
Love sweet potatoes.
But fried is still not good.
You know, every once in a while, don't get me wrong, I do love me some sweet potato fries. But I would say sugar is the very first thing I'm going to look at. And then for some people, dairy is not your best friend.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's not. So the ice cream,
yeah,
I know you want it. Cheese. Some people have a really intense relationship with cheese.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say they have to get rid of it for like 3 weeks, they're like, they don't even know what they're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
They panic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's 3 weeks. You can do 3 weeks. You can do anything for 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just take it out of the diet, and let's just see how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
And even if the skin doesn't change immediately,
mm-hmm.
if you notice that your bowels start to get better, you're less bloated, you're not as gassy, those are all indicate more energy. Those are all indications that that dairy was not serving you a purpose. It might take a little bit longer for your skin to catch up as you continue to work on the inside,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a clear indication.
Mm-hmm.
But people love cheese. Being in this job, I have not realized people love cheese. Like, it is.
Is it
something.
addicting? No. It's just.
It's the high fat that makes it addictive, which is why
Yeah.
it's the high fat that keeps people going back for it. We like fatty, sweet foods in this country.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the bliss point.
Mm-hmm.
So in the, I think it's like the late 90s or 2000s.
Like that.
Yeah, it's called the bliss point. So food companies take advantage of, in order to keep you addicted to food,
Mm-hmm.
they make sure that there's a high level of fat and a high level of sugar.
Yeah.
Dopamine,
Yeah.
pleasure, reward.
Instant.
So it's that bliss.
Yeah.
So that's why people have a hard time giving up some of these foods. It's because it's high fat and or high sugar.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think all sugar is bad. Don't get me wrong. We need sugar for fuel.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes when people are like, I don't really eat that terribly, and then they tell me their day, and I'm like, ma'am, you just had 30 grams of sugar in your Starbucks drink. It's a pink refresher with this and that. I don't care what color refresher it is.
Ashwagandha.
I don't care what it is, but you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
liver, gut, sugar, and dairy, probably the very first few things. And then are you, again, vegetables? Because if you're not eating vegetables, then you're missing out on fiber.
Mm-hmm.
High sugar levels is pro-aging. It's pro-inflammatory.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to show up on your skin.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. So I would say, like, healthy blood sugar levels are going to help you with looking younger.
Mm-hmm.
We all are into anti-aging right now, so yeah.
What is the relationship with thyroid and also skin? Is there any? Because I do have clients that they are on medication
Yes.
for thyroid, hyper or hypo, or any medication.
Yes.
For me, for my simple understanding, any medication changes the chemistry of the blood.
Correct.
Yeah. But I do have a couple clients that do have thyroid, and I'm just trying to understand how I can support them. The whole diet, the whole relationship with acne, anything. One of the obvious inflammatory manifestation I know is based on sugar, refined carbohydrates, and fat.
Mm-hmm.
That's easy.
Yes.
When I do an intake form, they are there, and then we talk about it. We pretty much work the same
Yes.
way. So for me to understand, okay, here is the root of the cause. Now let me explain to you.
Yeah.
These things that you're not doing is not helping.
Yes.
This is how I can help you,
Mm-hmm.
but we need to work together.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But now when there is a medical, like an underlying condition,
Mm-hmm.
that's when I'm like, I
Yeah.
really want to help her, but I don't. Then I send to you Dr. K, naturopathic, finest in Philly. But yeah, let's talk about the thyroid health. And
So the way in which thyroid works is every one of your cells in your body has a receptor to bind thyroid hormone.
Mhm.
And so if you think about skin cells or sebaceous glands,
Mhm.
if you have too much thyroid hormone, it's going to keep stimulating those sebaceous glands. That will manifest as a skin issue.
Yes.
That'll help with moisture.
Acne.
Acne.
Yeah.
And then the opposite happens if you don't have enough. Then you don't get the moisture that comes through.
Very dry, dehydrated.
If you have the opposite because there's not enough thyroid levels.
Mm-hmm.
So it really is going to be either extreme that we see when it comes to thyroid health.
Mm-hmm.
So the biggest thing I would say is ensuring that your levels are actually truly optimal when it comes to it, and that you're getting your thyroid checked every 3 to 4 months once you are in a stable range. But if you're still experiencing the dryness or the acne, then we know that we still have some more work to do in terms of whether it's dosing or helping to support thyroid levels.
Can one regulate their thyroid? Holistically, meaning gauging diet, no supplementation. Is it possible? You need to have supplementation.
You don't need to have supplementation, but you really need to make sure that you're locked into your lifestyle, getting to bed on time, gut health, and just eating. So it can be, but when you think about all those things, it can be overwhelming for people. So they might need a little bit of supplementation every now and then, just to help them. Yeah.
Wow. I can be
but it's possible
all day.
Yeah,
you
but
too.
It's possible. Yeah.
So what's next for you?
Ooh, what's next for me? To continue to be a loudmouth about women's health and what women should be getting more of and demanding more of. Hormone Success Academy. If you are like, where do I start? This is overwhelming. Not ready to dive in both feet one-on-one. I do have an online course. It's self-paced. You have lifetime access to it, and I really hone in on that OAT access, ovarian, adrenal, thyroid access. You also learn how to interpret labs in it as well. So I try to give you all of the big information that you can use to really start transforming and shifting your health. Especially, like I said, if you're not ready to like dive in and have me on your case every so often, you have that as a resource. So there's a Hormone Success Academy, and then even within that, there's like a specific module for my perimenopause girlies, and then there's a specific module for my postpartum girlies as well. And by the end of that course, you should be able to have created your own care plan as well to start implementing and seeing changes. So that really is kind of like the next thing that I'm focusing on, because I get it. Listen, inflation is real. The economy is economying. And so that's just another way in which people can access me, my brain, knowledge, and information. And then, like I said, you have lifetime access to it. So the Hormone Success Academy would be the next thing.
So when they purchase the course, do they have also access to someone?
Oh, great question. Yeah.
Them?
So when you access the course, you actually get a one-on-one strategy session with me as part of it.
Nice.
And you can opt to do the one-on-one strategy session whenever you want within that kind of course time frame. So that's available for you.
Cool. And so normally, how long do you work with patients?
Ooh. So some people come in, we'll go over labs, we give them a plan, and because I know they execute, I'll see them every year for follow-up. But in general, by the time someone starts to work with me, we do at least a good 8 months of follow-ups every 4 to 6 weeks. That's usually the time that people start to see, they're at like 80%, and then they get moved to maintenance. I'll see you every year.
So, I need to book my appointment.
Listen, while I'm here too, I'm like, I need to get on the schedule for this facial to get my skin ready for summer. But that's usually what it looks like, and again, everything is tailored to the person. So it really just depends. It really just depends. Some people less, because my type A personalities, they're going to do everything on the check, and then I have my type Bs. So it's a little bit different, but it's usually that 6 to 8 month mark.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Girl, that was lovely.
We'll do this again.
We will do this again. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for holding space for women's health. And you are very, there are a lot of professionals out there that they are all for the women's health, but they don't make themselves as available. You do an excellent job in sharing free, powerful education on your Instagram page. When I see you, I share, because it's like, only just one post, I can make some changes in my lifestyle. It's just a reminder, like, oh shit, I need to. Oh, I didn't know that, and then I start sharing with friends or even clients that come to me. It's just reinforcing what I said that to them, but it comes from a doctor. Like two or three people saying the same thing.
Yes.
It must be true.
Correct.
Right. So, thank you for being an example of wellness.
Thank you.
Just physically you're showing that. Because we talk about entrepreneurship and how stressful it can be, and so just having that conversation, pre-recording, for me was a reminder for me to get back into the same thing, same discipline. I have my disciplines, but at times it just become a routine.
Of course.
Right? And then you're like, oh, wait a minute, let me do something different to, kick another part of my brain.
Yes.
So I appreciate you very much.
Thank you for having me.
And everything that she said, her website, her course is going to be under this video here. And if you're listening to the podcast, I'm also going to leave her information on the show notes. So thank you so much for your time, my love.
Oh, thank you, Hon.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Is there anything that we haven't talked about that you would like to share?
Just a reminder that you can't serve from a half-empty cup. You got to pour back into you. Yeah.
All right, Bonita. So thank you so much for your time. And I'll see you on the next Be Bonita episode.